Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Culture Lab podcast. I'm your host, Jaden. This is the podcast where we talk all things running, culture, community, and mindset. And today is a new year, first episode 2026, and we're talking about New Year's goals because it's come to that time of the year where everyone is talking about what their new race is, how they are planning that, what their goals and aspirations are for this year. And I'm going to break down not only why the goals and things you set fall apart, but ways you can set systems and structures in place and use them in your day-to-day life. So, why do goals fail? Let's start with that. Most goals that you set in December, in January, fail before the month is even done because it's just a case of not setting goals that are strong. Because, for example, certain goals you set might be too vague, like I want to be fit, I want to run more, but okay, what does that mean? How often? How far? How are you going to measure that? Number two, there's no system or routine. A goal without a plan is just a group of words together. You need to set a clear structure so you can follow through it. Trying to do everything all at once. New year, new me. You know at least one person that said that. And you're going from 0 to 100 really quick and then burning yourself out. Hold no accountability. Having someone who does, when you're not being held accountable, makes it quite easy for you to quit. And also perfectionism. Being so caught up in the fact that you've missed the goal from last year they didn't stick to, and then you're having to be, oh, I'm just going to give up. That's not it. You need to just take time, and if you ever not follow through with it, you just do it again. Yeah. How do you set goals that actually work? Let's talk about that. So there's a formula for the way goals stick. It's not motivation, it's not vibes, but a real set structure in place. You need to make sure that when you do set your goals, that they're not really silly or over the top at the start. Make them realistic so that you're able to follow through with them. So let's say you're trying to run 5 days a week. Try running twice a week at minimum. Instead of eating clean all year, try cooking at home 3 times a week. Small goals build momentum. And with that momentum, it builds the belief. Now we're getting somewhere. We're getting there now. You see it. Focusing on your systems, not your outcomes. Everyone says they want results, but no one is there to design the processes that they need to do it. So let's say you're trying to train for 5K. You could just book the 5K and turn up on a day if you wanted to. But if you're trying to get your time down, you need to set a clear training plan and structure in place in order to achieve that goal. You don't rise the level of your goals, you fall the level of your systems. Number 3, habit stacking makes your life so much easier. I do that a lot. Habit stacking is basically putting small little crumbs on the floor to help make your goals easy. So for example, let's say you're going for a cycle ride after work. Whilst you're doing your work, you're going to put your helmet there, you're going to put your cleats under your desk so that you know, as soon as I finish my work, get changed, go ride my bike. If you're going to go to the gym, you're going to pack your bag early, leave it next to the door. That way, you're building small increments in your brain so you're more likely to follow through with it. As well as this, you need to set or try find a community or build your own community. And through having a community, it shifts your whole identity and reinforces your goal. So if you're trying to run and you're a bit nervous or you are quite new to running, you can try join a run club, train with a friend, share your progress online, make the goal part of the culture you live in daily. Let this create friction for bad habits, reduce friction for good ones. Make the good stuff easy. So for example, laying out clothes the night before, packing your gym bag early, putting your shoes near the door, things like that. Like I said before, doing that, it just helps to make your life a lot easier. And as well as that, ensuring that any distractions that you have that may impact your goal, you try hide them or find ways to limit them. Like if you're trying not to use your phone before bed, put it in a different place. Log out of apps that distract you. This behavior, it works every time. So there's a rule that I use in my day-to-day life, and I used it during the beginning of my whole running journey to stay consistent. 10 minutes rule. Now this rule changed my life, and it's so simple. When you don't feel like doing it, just do it for 10 minutes. You don't want to, let's say you can't pick a distance, just run for 10 minutes every single day. Slowly but surely, that 10 will then turn to 20, turn to 30, to an hour. And then by that point, you've had a massive build of consistency from here to here. Your brain needs the momentum, not motivation. And look, even if you only do 10 minutes of an activity, it's still a win because you maintained that habit. You told your brain, I'm the type of person who shows up day after day, no matter what. Now let's move on to how do you stay consistent when motivation dies? Because consistency and motivation are like hand in hand. If one of them drops, the other one drops. It's kind of like a weighted scale. So what can you do? Instead of asking yourself, how do I stay motivated? Ask yourself, who am I becoming? What would the best version do today? Think about the Marvel 616 universe. That is the best version of yourself. So do you want to be the 616 version of yourself who is always there, showing up day after day, or are you going to be the one where they didn't even step out the door to do that run or that exercise? So it is this, schedule in your habits. Find ways you can schedule in a run club, a track session, so you're more likely to do it. Reward consistency. Celebrate sticking to the plan. Buy those new shoes. Buy that Garmin watch. Do whatever you need to do and just reward yourself. But let me know down in the comments, how do you stay motivated and stay consistent with your goals? I want to know. Drop me a DM, drop me a comment, and yeah. And as this episode draws to a close, I just want you to know this. Even if you don't follow through with your New Year's goals this year, whatever reason you may not end up achieving them, it doesn't matter because you can just reframe your mindset and you can always come back to them later in the year. No one says your goal that you set in January has to be done in January. You can do that goal in any other month of the year. If this episode has helped you, share it with someone who wants to level up this year. Follow up the Coach Lap podcast on Instagram at the Coach Lap Pod, on TikTok and Instagram as well. And follow up Durag Dude Fitness on the YouTube page. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share this video to your friends. And I'll end it on this. What are your goals for 2026? I want to know. I think I said that in the last episode, but maybe your goals have changed since then. Is it running a 5K, running a 10K, running London Marathon? Whatever it is, I want to know. So drop me a DM, drop me a comment, and yeah, without further ado, run strong, stay directly fit.